it's Michelle, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful punch art angel. I think she is just adorable, and she's perfect for Christmas. This would be beautiful on a Christmas card or a Christmas scrapbook page. I think it's gorgeous, and I can't wait to show you how I put it together. I did this using a variety of die cuts and punches. So I've got everything ready and laid out here to show you guys how I put this together. The body or the gown of the angel is a Christmas bell, and I thought that was just beautiful. I've got this die cut here that I cut out using my double Christmas bell die, and we're just going to cut out one of those and back it with solid white cardstock. I tried doing it and inlaying all of these pieces back from the same glitter cardstock that I cut this from, but that pattern didn't really show up as well, and I like how it stands out against the plain white cardstock backer. And then for her head, I'm using the 1-inch circle, and for her hair, we're going to be using Halloween ghosts, and I've cut those out in a brown color for her hair. We're going to use a butterfly for her wings, and again I just cut that out of pink glitter cardstock using my die here. I will leave links for you guys to all of the dies and punches that I'm using in case you want to get those. And I'm going to be adding a little jeweled heart to her, and maybe we might use a bow in her hair. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. When I saw that, I thought maybe that would be cute in her hair. A bow that matched her wings, maybe. We'll see. And then for her halo, I'm just using 2 different size oval punches. And I didn't punch that out yet because I wanted to show you guys how I did that. So I'm just going to bring in my glitter stock paper pad here. And that's just called Glitter Stack. I got this at Walmart a few years ago. I'll see if I can still find a link for you guys, but if not, any silver glitter cardstock is going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my smaller of the 2 ovals first and just kind of make sure that I get plenty of room to go around that and get my hole there in the cardstock. And I'm going to just set this aside for another project, and I'm just using that negative space. And then with this one, I'm going to turn it upside down so I can see what I'm doing there and get that lined up perfectly around it so that I get like an oval frame. Make sure that I get it straight. And punch that on through, and there is her little halo. So we are ready to start putting our angel together with the pink wings. I did gold on this one. I think that's very pretty too. So the first thing I'm going to do is to cut out my 1 bell. And you may have seen this before in my Punch Art Carrots video. I used the negative space out of here as carrots. Be sure that you save all of those little pieces. You never know what you can turn that into later on. So I'm just kind of cutting along, following that curve. And then I want to make sure to keep this loop here at the top of the bell. That's not going to show, but it's going to give us a little bit of something to glue to. And you don't even have to make sure to cut that out neatly, just as long as it's up there to give a little bit of something to glue to. So now I'm going to bring in my plain white cardstock, and I'm going to glue my bell down to that so that I've got that solid white background. And I'm going to use my 2-way glue pen It's really great for intricate designs like this that you can get glue on all those little pieces. And make sure that you get the whole thing adhered down. We don't want that coming up on us. Kind of work quickly because this is a very thin glue and it will dry out pretty quickly. So just adhere that right down. And now we've got a solid white background behind that glitter white, and I think that is just gorgeous. So I'm going to rough cut this first. So I've got a smaller piece here to handle. And then I'm going to fussy cut around the edges, and when I do, I'm going to hold my scissors kind of at an angle like this so that the bottom blade goes kind of under, and I can kind of undercut the shape like that, which will just make that back solid piece ever so slightly smaller than the front piece. That way it won't show around the edges. Again, don't worry too much about that loop at the top. It's not a big deal. It's going to be hidden. And there is our angel's dress. I think that is so pretty. And this is that opal glitter cardstock that you saw me use before as snow. I think it was called Opulent Opal or something like that. And that was by Basil. And for her face, we're going to be using a creamy color cardstock. Again, this is Basil. And let's see, Almond Cream is the name of that one. And I've got two. I just wanted to double layer that so that we've got a nice thickness. So I'm just going to put some art glitter glue on there and layer that up. And you can just choose whatever color of cardstock you want to use, depending on what color of skin tone you want your angel to have. The same with the ghosts. Whatever different hair color you want to make, just choose that color of cardstock to cut your ghosts out of. And I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Actually, I'm going to put the head onto the dress first of all. Then I will do the hair. And I'm going to line that up, and you see how that loop at the top comes in handy now, because I want the head to come just to the edge there, and that loop on the back gives us something to glue to. Okay, I'm going to pull this one in so that you guys can look at that for reference. And you see her bangs there, how they're kind of wavy. I just really utilized this ghosty shape for hair. And as you can see here, I've got two ghosts that are going one way and one that goes the opposite way. And if your cardstock is the same on both sides, you can just flip your die. But what I did was flip the paper when I cut it out, because this is textured on one side and smooth on one side, and I wanted this smooth, so I cut it with the paper flipped. That way when I get this flipped, it's the smooth side, and I have those in opposite directions. And that's going to be the length of her hair. So just make sure the two you keep for the length are in opposite direction, like mirror images. And take the other one, and we're going to cut that out with our circle punch to be her bangs. So I'm going to get a hold of that with my tweezers right at the tip of that arm there. And I'm going to get my 1-inch circle punch and just kind of hold that into there and see where I want to cut. The rounded part of that circle being the top of her head. Just make sure that you don't have any missing edges or don't get the holes into that where the mouth and eyes are. Just make sure that you get a solid circle at the top and punch that on through, and we can throw the rest of that away. And then flip that over and put our art glitter glue on there. Line that up at the top of her head. And glue that right down. If you wanted to make a part here in her hair, you could do 2 of these, one going kind of down and one down that way. You could really get creative with this and mix it up in lots of different ways. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a Sharpie just to touch this up a little bit. And you can see along the sides of where her hair is here, you can see that cream colored cardstock. So I'm using a metallic Sharpie here in bronze. That was the closest match to the hair color that I was using. And just on the part of the circle of her head that has the hair on it, I'm going to touch up those edges so that it matches the hair and it won't stand out. Okay, so now for the long parts of her hair, I chose to put these in there so that her hair kind of flips outward on the sides. You could do on the opposite side so that it curves inward, however you want it to be. You could even do this with maybe a scalloped circle or a scalloped oval behind there if you wanted to make it look like curly hair. And I'm just going to scoot this to where the head of the ghost is hidden behind her head. And then I can just flip it over and stick some art glitter glue up underneath there. And then do the same thing on the other side. And we'll trim this off in a minute. And this is why I wanted my ghosts in opposite directions, so that her hair goes in opposite directions and flips out each side. I think that's really cute. And get my glue up under there. And now you can just trim those off and make it go into whatever shape you want it to be over there. I'm just going to round it off like another little wavy area in her hair there. And the reason I wanted to go ahead and do this first before I put on the wings is because the wings are kind of in the way to trying to fix this. So I think that looks really cute. And if you guys wanted to, you could draw on or even stamp on some little facial features there. But I want to leave mine plain. I think that's really cute that way. So now for her halo, I'm going to go ahead and get a hold of that with my tweezers. And I'm going to put some art glitter glue just on the bottom edge of that. And then just kind of check my placement, how I want that behind her head. Isn't that adorable? I think she's so cute already. So we'll leave that to dry just a little bit while we work on her wings. So for her wings, I'm going to take the butterfly and I'm going to trim it up a little bit. I'm going to trim along that wing and along this one. just getting those antennae out of the way. And then down here I'm going to do the same thing with the tail of the butterfly and cut that off. And then just cut right up the middle, because we're going to need them spaced a little farther apart than what they are as a butterfly. And again, we're just going to eyeball that from the front. I'm going to put only on that little middle section there that was the body of the butterfly. And put that behind her. And I love the pink wings. I think those are so cute. I think the pink ones are my favorite over the gold. Whoops, I lost her halo. I'll put that back in just a minute. I think I'm trying to work too fast here before my glue dries. So if you're doing this, you can allow a little more dry time in between parts of this if you want to. You may have a little bit better luck than I'm having if you do. And let's get that halo put back on. I think she is so cute. Okay, now we're going to put on her little heart gem. And that is so cute. I just love that little heart. So let's just flip that over and put a little bit of our art glitter glue. On this one here, I just adhered that with art glitter glue also, and it seems to be holding very well. But if it doesn't hold as well for you, you can go ahead and put hot glue or maybe a glue dot or something like that on there. Whatever works best for you. I just used the art glitter glue when I was doing this one as sort of a prototype to try out this project, and I found that it really ended up holding pretty well, so I'm going to go ahead and use it on this one too. And now let's see if we want to give them some little hair bows, and I just punched out these little bows with my little bow knockout punch, and I'm not sure if I want to put those bows, and I could switch it. Yeah, I think I'll switch them. And just put a little dot of glue there on her hair. And give her a little hair bow. I think that's so cute. And that's it. There are your punch art angels. I think they are so cute. I just love these. So you guys be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of my punch art angels. I really had a lot of fun with these. I think they turned out just adorable. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group, Crafty Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have the links to everything in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.